Hi Scorpio, welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on this video. This video will be your star sign read for the month ahead. So it's going to be a timeless read and it'll be from the time that the next 2 to 4 months or the whole month ahead. It'll be from the date that you actually watch this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through and talk about what we're going to cover in this read, but I'll also have a timestamp in the comment section and the description box, so you can actually just jump straight to the read if you want. But if you're staying with me, I'll cover what we're going through and I'll light this incense. So we're going to have a look at the source or higher self perspective of your life right now and what you're focusing on. And so it'll be from a higher self perspective, but it'll be something that you're going through in your life right now. And then we'll have a look at challenges and opportunities that you're facing at this time. And then we'll have a look at advice and attitudes to adopt. Then we'll have a look at what you expect to happen, and then have a look at what you don't expect to happen, or what the unexpected is that's going to happen. And then we'll have a look at the near future, which will be the 2 to 4 weeks. And then we'll look at the long-term future potential, which would be around 2 to 6 months. And I say potential because anything can change with any change that you make or any decision or action that you take. So if you don't like what you see here, you do have time to actually make a change if you want to. Okay, so with that said, let's just get straight into the read. And we'll have a look at the source or higher self perspective of your life right now. This will form an energy check for the read itself, an energy check for you to see whether this is actually your read. It is a general, obviously. Let me see if it's for you, see what's going on in your life. This is called the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. So it's based on the theme of the hero's journey. Okay. And I don't read these reverse, so if they come out reverse, it means something. So that's what's it. Okay, so higher self perspective of what's going on in your life right now for Scorpio. Scorpio people. Woo, there it is. And that one wants to come out as well. Okay. Oh, I need my glasses. Where are my glasses? They're on my shirt. Okay. All right. So where you are at is where it's at. So there we go. Whoops. There we go. Stay still until you are divinely moved. Okay. And this one wants to come out this way. The sun. Whoops. There we go. The sun. That's sort of coming into a reversal. Oh, no, it's the quest. Interesting. I saw the sun. Oh, that's interesting. Plunge boldly into life. Now that's interesting. So that came into a reverse, as a reversal. And let's have a look at underlying eyes on the prize. Trust the guidance of your North Star. I love it when tarot comes out and it's just so clear. Okay, so what's going on at the moment is there's maybe a stalemate. There's no movement in your life. Maybe you feel that you don't know, you've lost your mojo, or you don't know where you're moving or the next move to take. There's maybe a move that you want to take, but you don't feel that you can for some reason. So I just want to have a look at this. Plunge boldly into life. So if anything, if this is advice right now, is to not actually take action, or you feel that you're not taking action towards something in life. You do feel, however, that it is possible. It is something that is constantly on your mind, where you do actually want to get there at some point, but you don't feel ready to move on towards that, or you don't feel ready to move towards that is actually probably a better way of saying that. And you feel that you're just waiting for a sign. You're waiting for some sort of, like, say you're in separation with someone, you're just waiting for some sign that they're wanting to come back, or they're wanting to make contact. You might be waiting for a sign of, a mutual friend says, that person's broken up and they're not in a relationship anymore. Maybe that's the sign you're looking for. So it just feels like you're just waiting for something to happen. And I'm just going to move this around just so it can fit, because I've got a lot of cards to use. There we go. So I feel like that's enough to let you know that this is your read. You're definitely not moving forward in any way towards this goal, but you're not letting go of the goal. Okay, so let's have a look at any challenges or opportunities that you're facing now or soon will be facing. And that will be used with the Tarot of Dreams deck. We'll find that out. And the illustrations on this are just amazing. And one more shuffle. Okay. All right. Challenges and opportunities, Five of Cups. Yeah, this is something that you feel. Oh, hang on, I didn't show you that. Five of Cups. There we go. Okay. And Two of Wands reversed on the back of the deck as an underlying energy. And what I feel like doing actually is that, and then just putting that under there, because I read them in all sorts of different directions. And it's interesting, that is in the same orientation as that. So this Five of Cups there. So it feels like to you that a betrayal has occurred and you just can't see a way forward at this time. You really can't see a way forward, and that is your biggest challenge at the moment. You really want it. Your eyes are on the prize, and it's something that you haven't let go of, and I don't think you can or will in this lifetime. Whatever this thing is, it might be eyes on the prize of a health condition. It could be the eyes on the prize of getting a certain job or being a certain place in your career. It could be a relationship. It could be anything. It's not, the cards aren't really clear, except here Five of Cups is an emotional card. Is the card of Cups, which is the card of water, which is the star sign that you're under. You're a water sign. So it feels like that you're very disappointed. You're very saddened. There's been some sort of betrayal that has occurred, whether you feel it was from the other person or maybe it was something that you did. I feel that you just, it's something that is really consuming you, and it's something that really upsets you. And it feels like it's been going on a while, whatever this is, and perhaps that's why it's hurting you so much. I'm just going to tune in. Just one second. This is deep. This is really deep. This connection, this experience, I would say perhaps you've known this person all your life, or you've had past lives together, soul connections. It's very hard to let go of this person or this connection or this idea or this desire. It's something that you came into this life knowing you had. This was always destined to happen. You're always destined to want this thing or experience this thing or experience this relationship or know this person. And that's why you just can't let it go. It's not something that you can let go. And it hurts. And shit, I'm so sorry. And it's a challenging situation. So we're going to have a look to see, the unexpected, what's happening in the future. But this is where you're at the moment, and it's posing a very difficult challenge. You just can't see a way forward. So let's have a look at advice and attitudes to adopt that can help you through this. So this is more of an energy check, just to make sure that this is the read for you. And it's not something you don't already know. And this is using the Secret Oracle. And they're just so beautiful. That's why I picked this. Oh, you know what? That was a crappy shuffle. I'm going to do that again. Okay. All right. That was much better. All right, so let's have a look at some advice and attitudes to adopt for Scorpio. And I might move this out of the way a little bit up there so we can fit them in. Okay, that really wanted to come out. Your path alone. Okay. So embrace this time. This is your path. This is your opportunity to take this path solo, at least for now, because this is what you're going through now. So this is advice for now. This is your path alone. Or maybe it feels like you're on your own and you can't talk about it, and maybe you're not talking about it to other people. I'll just get some more advice and attitudes to adopt. I'm also using a different deck for this. This is a little bit reversed. The key to wisdom. Okay. That is the key to wisdom, is to take that path. The seeker's journey. Yep. Perfect. Okay. So this seeker's journey of yours, and I'll just grab the other deck and I'll just start shuffling it while I'm talking. But I'm going to get some more information on advice and attitudes to adopt with this one. So the advice here is to take this path alone. And you're very good with going within and finding answers, especially on an emotional level. And that's what you need to do right now. You need to sit some time out and just really, okay, I can't channel and shuffle. So there we go. Okay. And perhaps this is what you've forgotten to do. And it might take longer than you think. Because this path alone, this is in what I call the completion phase. It takes a while to get into there. The seeker's journey, she's in a boat. Boats take a long time to get anywhere as opposed to planes. So this might be or it might have been a long path up until now, because this is advice and attitudes to adopt. So while you're on this path, connect back into your wisdom. Connect back into that time or that place that you go to where you honestly look at your emotions and look at your feelings deeply, not just surface level stuff, deeply. And I think maybe perhaps you haven't done that in a while, or you've forgotten it, or it's something that you did when you're a kid or when you're younger, but you got trained out of doing that or valuing that. But there is value in going deep and honestly in your emotions into how you feel about this situation and how you feel about yourself within this situation. This is a solo journey. This is something that you need to do predominantly on your own. Talk to people about it, yes, if you want to, but it just feels like you're taking this all on your own. You're taking this whole pain on your own, and you're not wanting to maybe bother other people with it or talk to other people about it. Maybe it's been going on for so long and you don't want to sort of burden them for a long time with it, or whatever the scenario is. But this is advice and attitudes to adopt. So we're going to get some more from the mystical wisdom deck, which is this one. Just more advice. This is a seeker's journey. There's more information that can be found from within you about you in the depths that you haven't visited for a very long time. There's more answers. There's more wisdom that can be found from or through or as a result of this situation. There's more answers there. And you need more time to find them. And I don't believe the universe will reunite you with this person until that has been learnt. Because possibly that understanding and you not tapping into that understanding could have been what resulted in the separation to start with. So until you can find what that is within you and find how you can meet your own needs in that way, I think the divine orchestration is going to keep you on a solo path until you do that, because that's most important. That connection with you, most important. And I must say, Cancer and other water sign had a very similar message to go within, and that connection within right now is imperative and what is being called upon to do. Okay, let's just get a little bit more advice or attitudes to adopt for you. Here it is. Competition. And here it is. Summon courage and self-confidence. Okay, so perhaps that's what it is. Okay, so Archangel Raphael, provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. Yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to heal from this. Where's my pointer? There we go. So I feel this inner exploration is going to take courage. And you need to reestablish, or it will be really helpful to reestablish the self-confidence within you. And that's what's going to be gained as a result of going deep within. And I mean deep. This is shadow work stuff. And in your truest essence, you're perfect at this. You're really good at this. But you possibly have some blocks with going there. And it's something, again, that you haven't done in a while. You need to heal from this. And maybe you need to heal from this relationship, but I have a feeling that this relationship, or whatever this thing that is out of reach, the thing that you're yearning for, but are taking some time out while you're processing it. This has been a mirror or a reflection of a very deep belief system within you that you learnt from childhood. That's what needs to be healed. That's how deep this is. This isn't necessarily this person, but this person's probably one of the key elements in your life. This is healing ancestral trauma. This is healing childhood trauma. We've all gone through it. So this is a time for deep, deep, deep exploration. And that could actually be what I titled this read. That is what is being called upon. And that is what you are moving towards, whether you're doing it consciously and in a deliberate way or not. That is what's being called upon at this time. Okay, so let's have a look at what you expect to happen. And it can be in your life, within yourself, or within this relationship. But just what do you expect to happen? And we'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot for that. What you expect to happen. Okay. What do you expect to happen? And it's going to be right next to this. So I think it's with regards to what you're looking at. I expect to drop all my cards. Okay. All right. The Two of Cups. All right. In the completion phase. I do think you expect this to work out at the end, in the end. The Unknown card, which is High Priestess. You just don't know how that's going to happen. You don't know when that's going to happen. And the Two of Cups is what I call in the completion phase. So this is the initial phase through to the completion phase. It takes a while to get to that energy. So you don't know how long it's going to take or when it's going to take or when it's going to happen, but you do believe that you're going to get reunited with this person at some point. Even if after this lifetime, I might put that out there because of the High Priestess card. And it looks like she's got some tears. So this is something that is hurting your soul as well as your heart. Deep, deep, deep hurt. Deep, deep, deep pain. But this, again, is a reflection of something that's happened in your childhood or programming ancestral programming that you've adopted that hasn't served you, that needs to be healed. It's an unhealed element of you, an unhealed wound that needs to be looked at. And that's what has to happen first. So you do expect this to happen. You still do expect this reunion to happen. You just don't know when, and you know it's going to take quite a while because you know that this is a journey and you're going to be on your own for quite a little while longer. So I'm just going to take a drink. Just 1 second. Oh, yummy. That's yummy. I love my tea. All right. So let's have a look at the unexpected. What's something that is going to be unexpected? I just sense something. You know what I'm going to say? The unexpected is, I don't think anything unexpected is going to happen. I think what you see or feel is going to happen is probably what's going to happen. I don't think anything unexpected is going to happen, I've done quite a few star sign reads now, and this is the first time I've sensed that. So we'll see what comes out in the cards. Unexpectedly, and this is called learning tarot cards. So if you're just learning to do tarot, they have their little descriptions on there about what the card's about. This is a brilliant deck to use. There's plenty of decks out there like that. Okay, so unexpectedly, what's going to happen is, there we go, 10 of Cups. Interesting. All right, so, and that's in the completion phase. So again, this is, thank you very much, Tarot, for confirming my intuition on this, because the 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups, exactly what I just said. Unexpectedly, it is going to happen, but it is going to take a while. Okay, so let's have a look. Happiness, family, happy families, reunions, exactly what I just said. Homecomings, family gatherings, marriage, long-term relationships, stability, security, harmony, abundance, domestic bliss, happily ever after, caring, children, fun. Okay, so the reuniting might be, you know, with a family member. That's actually, or a soul family member as well. So let's have a look on the back of the deck. And that is the 3 of Cups reversed. Okay. And overindulgence, gossiping, bitchiness, lack of social life, an unhappy ending, taking advantage of others, harmful excess. So this could be, where am I going to put that? There we go. I'm running out of room. I've got a lot of cards to bring out the table. Okay. So this talks to, especially with the 3 of Cups reversed, it does talk to some sort of unhealthy behavior, or partying too much, or maybe not socializing at all. So it feels like there is a period, and just looking at all the cards here, that you are spending a lot of time on your own. Utilize that differently, just slightly differently to how you've been doing it with regards to going deeper. This is, like, I think you do definitely hope, you got the eyes on the prize, you do believe there's going to be a reunion, and but at the same time you don't believe it, because that's why it's coming out in the unexpected. Like, you do expect it, you got the eyes on the prize, it's in your mind, you're thinking about it so much, so it's there. But then when it happens, you're going to go, whoa, actually, I wasn't quite sure whether it was going to happen. So this may be confirmation that at some point down the track, yes, there is going to be a reuniting. For some reason, I'm having trouble saying that word. You know, a reuniting. So it's something that perhaps that you stumble over saying, maybe it's something that you are keeping to yourself, because you're talking about a seeker's journey, your path alone. The key to wisdom is being reversed there. I think that you're processing a lot of this on your own, and maybe you even haven't said it out loud, not even to yourself, that you want this reunion to happen. Maybe there is a lot of pain there that you are projecting onto this relationship itself, or this experience itself. But I don't think the pain is directly related to that. That's an expression of it. And this is what this whole reading is saying. Go deeper. Go deeper. You heal that, then everything that's attached to it will naturally fall into place. And I think this will surprise a lot of people. This really does feel like it's a family tie. So it might also be advice. There are maybe some habits that you might fall into. For example, eating in excess, drinking, partying too much, or the opposite, where you just go introverted and just, you know, withdraw completely from life. There's some sort of coping mechanism that it feels like it's maybe threatening to come back in, like an old addiction or something that might be threatening to come back while you're dealing with that. So if you re-engage with that, you're just adding another problem, by the way. So if you're in the space where you can say no, and smoke's going out my throat, to that addiction or whatever, or someone who's wanting to take your mind off it by going partying, getting drunk or whatever, that's not a healthy way to go about it. And if you're in a space where you can actually still say no, and you have a strength where you can still say no, please do that. But unexpectedly, yeah, this is going to happen. So even though you expect it, when it happens, it's still going to go, whoa, you know. So that's a good feedback, good sign, but it's still going to take a little while. All right, because you both need to heal from that. You both got, this is a major karmic lesson that you both came here, and possibly even as souls, both agreed to experience and go through together. So this is a big thing. It is a big, big thing. So let's have a look at the near future. This is the next 2 to 4 months. My expectation is, you know what, I've got plenty of room. What am I talking about? My expectation is not much is going to change for the next 2 to 4 months. So let's just see what the cards say. This is the Mythic Tarot. And this is my very first tarot deck that I bought like 25 years ago. Okay, so you've got Justice reversed. I'm just going to get another one. So you're not going to get any justice, or there won't be any justice for this in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Well, you know, I was just saying I've got plenty of room, so the cards went, sweet, I'll just, you know, give you half the deck. All right. Oh, and there's another one behind it. Look at that. Okay, so you got the Queen of Wands reversed. Just coming into the reversal. Let's put it there. And I'm going to put that there because I want to put the 2 to 6 months over here. All right, so let's do that. So she's in shot. There we go. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed, coming into the reversal as well. Okay. And the Six of Wands, that is newly in the initiation phase. So it's sort of just coming into the Six of Wands energy. There. Let's just put that. I think that will still be in shot. Yes. Oh, heaps of room. What am I talking about? And then you've got 10 of Wands in the initial phase and Knight of Wands. Okay, again, in the initial phase. All right. So in the next 2 to 4 months, so in the next month or so, there's not going to be any rectification. There's not going to be like the Justice card, especially in the reverse, is still, the injustice is still going to be felt. There's not going to be any retribution. There's not going to be any apology. There's not going to be any finalization of anything. And you don't expect there to be anyway. So, and I'll start over here as well. So the Queen of Wands reversed, it's something that has really upset you and angered you. And you feel that it was an injustice done. You feel that you were not treated fairly, or you weren't heard out. You feel that maybe karma is against you, or the world is against you, or fate is against you. It's something that has really upset you and even angered you. And it feels like everything, like this is all part of the process, feeling that and going through that, because there's something that's wanting to come out. So it's coming out through your anger. And that could actually be why maybe you are drawn to old addictions or old coping mechanisms that aren't working. Like if you're in an angry mood, don't drink, for example, and everyone knows that. That's just an example. So the next 2 to 4 weeks, I think that anger is still going to be there, because I did see the sun reverse. It's just there's a lot of sort of fire energy here, and it's still going to feel very overwhelming. So this is something, and especially since you've carried it for a long time, it feels like the approach that you're taking is just creating more momentum in that feeling, that angry feeling where you feel that you've been hard done by. You want, in the next 2 to 4 weeks, maybe there is going to be some motion towards getting some sort of public approval for it, or some sort of where you have other people seeing your side of things or agreeing with you. So maybe you might be talking to people. Maybe you talk to people at a party about it, and talk about how angry you are about it or whatever, and you're doing it to get validation from them. But at the end of the day, it's short-lived. This validation is short-lived. You get back home and it still hurts. So it feels like this way and this approach that you're going about it is keeping you in that cycle. Feeling angry, honey, it's not good. It's not good to stay in that anger, whether it's justified or whether it's not justified. Your main priority should be your happiness. And that's where this reading is guiding you towards, to move towards that deeper inner work where you can find that contentment, that safety, that security in a healthy way. in a way that makes you feel good. If you need to see a counselor, do that. I feel that you do prefer to do self-counseling. However, this is big. This is a really big thing. And if you can get a professional opinion to add to yours, and maybe they have some advice as to different ways that you can go about healing that you haven't thought of, that might actually be helpful. I'm just going to leave it there for now, actually. I feel like I need to leave it there. Oh, I didn't do underlying. Okay, yeah, Nine of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So you're really not satisfied with how things are going or how things have gone. You're really not satisfied at all. And you don't feel that this is a satisfactory completion. You don't feel like you had closure. And perhaps the need for closure is what you're trying to get through validation from other people with regards to this situation and talking to them about it. And I understand that you can't let this go. And the cards are saying there will be a reunion at this point. But if you're still angry about it, I really can't see this person coming back. They might not want to stay. But what is really, really being called into such a loving, devoted way, and I don't know what energy I'm tuning into now, but whatever that energy is, they love you unconditionally. This energy loves you unconditionally, and it breaks the heart of this energy or entity or whoever it is I'm tuning into to see you so sad and get to the point where you're so angry about this, and you're angry at the world, you're angry at the universe, you're angry at God. Why did this happen? Why did this have to happen to me? Why do I have to go through this? What did I do wrong? This is an injustice. I didn't do anything wrong. Those sorts of thoughts, they're not serving you. Whether they're right or not is not what this reading is telling you. This reading is telling you need to go deep within. You need to do the shadow work to heal this wound. And most likely it is a wound from either childhood, from your parents, or ancestral trauma. So that's what I'm saying. You need to get a different perspective of how to heal in order to really heal this deep wound. This is probably the biggest thing that you're going to have to go through in your life, but is with it, inherent in it, is going to be its biggest reward. If you can heal this, holy shit, your life is going to change. You are going to change. You're going to transform to someone you've not even seen before, and your life is just going to reflect that back. And my guess is that is what's going to then attract this reunion with this other person. Okay. So I think it's not about blame or apportionment of blame or who was right or who was wrong. I don't think it's about that. It's about healing from the deep wound within that is responsible for this entire thing. I was going to call it a mess, but it's an organized mess. All right, so let's have, from a divine perspective, I'm saying that. Let's have a look at the long-term future potential. And we'll be using the guardian angel messages for this. This is the next 2 to 6 months. So potentially, this might be a really long path. Potentially, it might not manifest in the next 2 to 6 months. It might take a little bit longer, but let's just see. Okay. And this is a huge deck, and I've got small hands, so this is really hard to shuffle. Next 2 to 6 months. There we go. All right. So we've got ego. Traditionally in tarot, that is the devil card. Illusion, dependency, materialism. And we'll put that, I don't know, there. And 5 of earth, which is 5 of pentacles coming into the reversal. Lack, worry, assistance. Well, assistance is reversed. And on the back of the deck, yep, we've got 4 of swords reversed. Okay, yep, exactly what I just said. Where's my pointer? Okay, and I'll make sure everything is in shot. It is. So for the next 2 to 6 months, this is still going to be in your experience. You're still going to be healing from it. I'm just going to take a drink. Just 1 second. And the reason why that is because it is such a big lesson, and it is such a big energy to move through. This is probably the key number one growth opportunity that you are moving through. And you're having, it just feels like instead of moving through water, you're moving through sludge. That's what it sort of feels like going through this for you. It feels like you're still going to feel like you're being left out in the cold. It feels like it might be controlling you in a way, and you can't let go. It could be a trauma bond involved in this. Maybe some cord cutting can help with you. Doesn't mean you have to cut this person off in your mind completely, but you can cut this energy off so you can just be in your own energy. Maybe the energy exchange from you and this other person is not serving you at this time. It's not helping you. It's not helping you to heal. So you need, advice could be to detach from this relationship, even just if for a short amount of time, so you can focus just on you and go as deep as you dare. And then when you go that deep, go deeper. And then when you go that deep, go even deeper again. You're reaching depths that you haven't reached in a really long time. And that's why it feels like it is just so hard, because it's so foreign to you. And my feeling is the core wound that was learned back when you were a child, that was when you last accessed these deep feelings or dared to go there. And something potentially happened in that moment that made you completely scared to do that. It could have been a parental figure that totally minimized your feelings or something and told you that it was bad to get angry. You're not allowed to get angry. That makes you a bad person. Bullshit. If you're angry, that means there's something that wants to come out. You need to vent it, scream into a pillow, get a boxing bag, go for a run, do what you need to do. But that energy needs to come out. There's nothing wrong with anger, because anger actually motivates you into action, as long as it's channeled in a healthy way, not at people and not hurting people. Let it out, vent it out. But it feels like this limiting belief system and this controlling aspect of you, this limiting belief system that you learned, it's like a core limiting belief system that you learned when you were a child, is going to keep you a prisoner. And I said that deliberately. And I know this is hard to hear, but this is true of everyone with limiting belief systems and core limiting belief systems. When we're operating under that, we're all prisoners under that limiting belief system because we're allowing it to. You have full control. But at the moment, this limiting belief system is what is controlling your behavior and controlling and responsible for the anger. That's what needs to be looked at. And it is just such a hard thing to move through. I've done it. I've been there. I'm still continuing to do it. Doing the shadow work is the hardest thing anyone can do. And the fact that you're even attempting it shows amazing courage, because most people just avoid it like the plague. You're actually daring to go there. But what this reading is saying, go deeper, go further back in your life. That's where the key core moments are that actually created all of this. You need to go back there. So I feel, because this is such a huge thing to go through and just chip away at it, chip away at it, chip away at it, chip away at it, and eventually the whole thing will just crumble and you'll actually be able to access that. So if this limiting belief system will allow you to go see someone or a professional to help you get through this, we've all done it. We all need it at some point. We all need external help with regards to get through life, because life is hard. And on top of that, you've got this key karmic experience in person in your life and relationship in your life that is causing you a lot of pain. I'll do a Molly Meldrum and say, do yourself a favor and actually see someone and get just some other ideas on how to do this. And then when you get these other ideas, say, thanks very much, appreciate it. I'm going to just go home and I'm going to implement them myself, even if that's all you do. Because if you want this connection to reunite, and if you want that to happen while you're still incarnated, what this reading is strongly saying is to go within, go deep within, heal that core wound and heal from that. And then you'll be able to connect with this other person. Then the divine orchestration will bring you back together. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in, just see if there's anything else. Okay, but the thing is, you don't have to make your whole life about this. This can just be something that you devote a certain amount of time to. Say, okay, once a week from, I don't know, on a Sunday from 10 to 11, I'm going to focus on this. The rest of the time, live your life, find happiness in other areas, find happiness with other family members. Go out, do things that make you feel good. Imperative that you do that, because you're building up that side of you that actually feels good. You're meeting your need in that way as well. You're giving yourself permission to do things that feel good and permission to be happy. Even though this is sort of very much a grieving sort of element, you are still able to be happy while you're grieving. You know, that's perfectly okay. And especially since this has happened a while ago, that's what it feels like anyway. You have, no one's going to judge you harshly for it because you go to a party or, go to lunch with a friend or, have dinner with family, whatever it is. Spend majority of your time doing that and only a certain amount of time doing this. You don't have to devote all your mind energy, all your heart energy to this. Sort of let it go and give yourself permission to not think about it for a lot of the time. But you still need to think about it, and this needs to be addressed. It's a core wound that really, and whatever this energy is that I'm channeling, just wants that for you more than anything, because they can see the transformation that you can go through as a result of doing this. It doesn't need to be as hard as you think. Your mind is telling you that it's harder than it is because it doesn't want to be healed. This limiting belief system wants to stay alive within you. So it's going to convince you, oh, you can't get rid of me. It's going to tell you not to even go there. It's going to bring up a whole bunch of fears with regards to even looking at it. That's why you haven't gone there, because you fear the pain. But once you start going there, it's just like fearing falling off a bike. And that means you're not going to ever ride a bike at all. But you get on the bike, you fall off and graze your knee, and you go, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad, actually. All right, now I can get back on. So then you get back onto the bike with a little bit more confidence because, worst case scenario, I can do it. That's what this sort of energy is. Go in there, do some shadow work, do some healing work. It's like deep shadow work, and start chipping away at this energy, and you'll realize it's not as hard as it's making out. Okay, so let's just see if there's anything else. You can do it. You can 100% do it. You just don't think you can at this time. But you can. And all you got to do is just try. Give it a go. And then you'll go, you know what? I've got through it. I can get through it again. This is important to you. Let that be your guiding star. Let that be your North Star, giving you the inspiration to move forward and make it happen and do what you need to do. It's not physical, make a phone call, meet up, do this. It's not that. It's the inner work that needs to happen. You can't physically move things around to make this happen. The inner work has to happen. The energetic work needs to be manipulated first and moved around first by doing the inner work. Then the external reality will reflect that. Because right now, the external reality is reflecting this limiting belief system. So remove that, and then in its place, put one that you would prefer. It's usually one of, I don't feel safe, or I'm unworthy, or I'm not good enough. It's usually those limiting belief systems. Once you realize, I am good enough. Oh my God, I am worthy. I am lovable. Of course I am. Once you start operating from that, then you're going to attract a relationship again where you feel that love. And if that is projected towards this type of this actual relationship, then that can bring that together. But right now, the belief system's not honoring that or reflective of that. So the belief system needs to go. It's just not serving you, and it's making you feel like shit. And that's not good. You deserve to feel happy. You deserve to feel good. And this energy that I'm channeling just wants that more than anything for you to feel happy and you to feel good. And that's just about to burn out. So that's a perfect way to end this. But just take the time out to heal. Take as long as you need. It's, there is no time limit on this. Okay, I think that's it. Well, thank you so much for letting me sit in your energy for 3/4 of an hour or however long it's been. And if you liked it, thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. If there's any ideas that you have for any future reads, I can absolutely do that. I can do a pick card on this subject if you like. And maybe you have a question about, where you want to go deeper, and I can do a read on that because I am taking requests at the moment. So thank you again very much for joining me up until now. And until I do my next read for you guys, I'll say thank you and bye.